TikTok might be banned, but don't worry.
This is not an attempt to ban TikTok. It's an attempt to make TikTok better. Tic-tac-toe. A winner. A winner.
Now, the bill isn't a winner for TikTok. It's the opposite. The company that owns the app responsible for our poor attention spans may be ordered to sell to a US company or shut down. And they're freaking out. TikTok pushed notifications saying you should contact your government representative. How? With a fucking dance? Can you imagine how many 15-year-olds called their representative just calling Chuck Schumer a walking hell? Now, the bill has support from sides you wouldn't expect. President Joe Biden has said he would sign the bill, and this means the White House will then have to look for new influencers. And I just want to throw my name out there. I did spread the rumor that Gavin Newsom is in a cartel, so I'm probably not on the top of the list. I hear you. I understand. But if you let me in the Oval Office, I'll ask the hard-hitting questions, like what's past the ice wall in Antarctica.
Do not come. Do not come.
Something we can all agree on, though, just ban TikTok Shop. Mouthwash doesn't go viral. You people are worse than used car salesmen. You're shilling a $14 product for a 15% commission instead of working a real job. In-N-Out pays more. Chick-fil-A. Go to Chick-fil-A. They have Sundays off. In typical government fashion, the bill has a lot of stuff hidden in it. So deep, Nicolas Cage couldn't find it. It allows the government to ban foreign adversaries, but the bill labels foreign adversaries as websites and apps, meaning the president can ban sites and apps they don't like. Now, this just gives the government more power to make our lives harder. And like a crackhead finding $5, our government will always find a way. This isn't just about China, and if it was, we just need to accept that China beat us. Now, Trump has backed TikTok to stay and pointed out the monopoly it gives other companies. But conveniently, a Republican billionaire owns a massive amount of TikTok. So not only does this give him the youth support, but it also helps his donor. Trump is back playing 4D chess while his opponents are playing
Tic-tac-toe. A winner.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The Semi-Daily Night Show with Gary TV, your host, Gary.
Tonight's ceremonial first pitch. And please welcome the President of the United States.
We did it, Joe.
just making sure you're paying attention.
Welcome to Semi Daily Night Show. A Boeing whistleblower has expired, and in probably unrelated news, Hillary Clinton got her pilot's license. If it's Boeing, you're going to die. John Barnett was found permanently asleep in his car from a self-inflicted wound. Now, John worked for Boeing for over 30 years and has been a whistleblower against Boeing since he retired, and was currently in a lawsuit giving evidence against Boeing just before he expired. John was a quality manager for Boeing and was pointing out there were a lot of problems with their planes. Spirit Aerosystem, who supplies parts to Boeing, was even caught using Dawn dish soap as a lubricant, which is a metaphor for the Dawn dish soap that will be used to clean the wildlife after the environmental disaster Boeing starts. They were even caught using a hotel check-in card as tools. Your life is held together by a Ramada Inn card your mechanic was doing cocaine in last night. This is America, baby. We're back. And we're seeing these problems almost weekly now. Boeing 747 engine caught fire just after takeoff recently because someone watched my last video on the tarmac. That joke was funny like 5 years ago, but it's staying in, dude. A Boeing 757 damaged wing slat forced a landing. I don't know what a slat is, but I'm calling the next person that cuts me off in traffic one. There was even a Boeing 777 that lost its wheel taking off from San Francisco. That's still the best thing to happen in San Francisco since the Chinese president visited. And now a whistleblower is conveniently not able to supply evidence against them in an investigation. Now remember that Boeing isn't just a plane manufacturer. Boeing supplies the remote Syrian wedding divorce attorney, or what normal people call drones. So this might have just been R&D, as they're part of the military-industrial complex. But if you plan on flying soon, say hi to the pilots and let them know they're killing it. The Biden administration recruited 70 influencers to talk about his State of the Union speech. Where was my invite, Joe? Where was it? My old account has 17K followers. Is this because I put Snapchat filters on you during the speech? It got a lot of laughs. So in hopes of being invited so I can steal a coffee mug from the White House, actually, that didn't go well for the last guy who stole something. I'm not going to steal it. I'm going to steal it. In the effort to be invited to the White House in the future, I put together a hype-up video of Biden.
Joe Biden has made inflation fall faster than Biden on a bike. You may be paying way more for your groceries, but that's okay because grows the economy. He's a problem solver. He can sniff out any problem in this country and solve it. Fights crime better than that Spider-Man kid. He fights it a little too much, actually. I wrote the bill. This was a Garrett man. Voting for this man will make you black.
Welcome to Headlines, where we read popular headlines and find the lie in them. Ben Shapiro wants to raise the retirement age and thinks Social Security is stupid. Now, Ben's wife is a doctor.
So my wife is a doctor.
But this is...
That's crazy talk.
As that little crockpot of bad opinions would say. Now see, Ben has stayed away from a manual labor job like a boomer has stayed away from urban communities. Lil Ben said people who are 68 years old are in great shape and can still work. He's not wrong. RFK Jr. is 70 years old and he's still buffer than Potbelly Ben. But health isn't the point. 42% of the country solely relies on Social Security. Ben thinks him saving on his taxes from his Birch Gold ads is better than 42% of the country. And of course Ben would do this. His wife is a...
It was a Jewish doctor.
That's a little risky of a joke. Haiti looks like a footlocker in 2020. The prime minister resigned and gangs have now overrun the government, and the man in contention for that is named Barbecue. Gangs in Haiti broke out over 4,000 gang members, which put the country into chaos. Now, the US meddles in foreign elections more often than Biden eats an ice cream cone, and Haiti is a mint and chip ice cream cone to us. We've backed numerous dictators of theirs in the past, so militia groups are resistant to US intervention, as any country should be when we try to introduce democracy to them. A country hearing the word democracy from the United States is like hearing your friends say, come out for one beer. We both know the night's gonna end in a lot of regrets. And a lot of money. Pause. Brings us to the Amazon of democracy. The Pentagon has found no evidence of UFOs. I also believe Epstein was just sad, Iraq had WMDs, and The Rock is natty. The Pentagon can't even find their own money, and I'm supposed to trust them on aliens? Just because your building is named after a useless shape doesn't mean you're smart. Congress mandated the Pentagon investigate the US government to see if they're covering up any knowledge of UFOs. And conveniently, the government who was investigating the government said, nah, we found nothing. Now, if only Epstein got access to better help. Your car is spying on you. Well, not yours, your Corolla barely starts. Your car may be collecting your driving habits, and a company may be selling that data back to insurance. And then insurance companies use that against you to raise your insurance policy. And the company is called LexisNexis, which is a data broker who sits in a board meeting and says, hey, let's make insurance companies shittier. And everyone agrees. Well, it's that CEO, Mike Walsh, and he even looks like a dickhead. LexisNexis reports on the trips you take, the hard braking you do, the hard accelerations, and even speeding. The funniest part of my research in this, though, is that I learned Chevy Bolt forums exist. The f*** do you guys talk about? Soy milk prices and the careers of your wife's boyfriends? Now, how does this work? Well, thanks for asking the guy on your screen who definitely looks qualified to answer this. See, car companies already have this data from modern cars because of safety features like OnStar, which then Dick Walsh of LexisNexis takes and analyzes that data, gives drivers the scores based on the metrics, and sells that back to insurance companies, which then raise your price based on your risk level. So because Bad Bunny came on, my cold brew was hitting, and I was on a windy road and wanted to feel like Max Verstappen for 3 minutes, you may now have a larger insurance bill because you decided to have some fun. Geico, if you're watching this channel's satire. I did not exceed criminal levels of speed in my ST, and I can't even understand Bad Bunny. How is this legal? Guy on my screen, you may ask. Some insurance companies do offer this option very publicly, and people do take it, but they look like that. The vast majority of people don't actually opt into this knowingly. The automakers say that drivers did opt into this, but the contracts you sign when you get a car is a stack of paper so tall, George Bush wants to fly a plane into it. And these programs are gaining popularity. Companies even have influencers advertising this. How shitty of a person do you have to be to sell your soul like that? Yo, what up, Pfizer? Y'all do the post? Do I have concerns about side effects? Nah. Name the price and I'll roll the dice. Trying to get that Travis Kelce money. And if you wanted more reason to not trust a car salesman, they can receive bonuses for signing you up. And OnStar even says they might sign you up without you knowing. So you have two options. Join a hybrid car forum and complain about your insurance and hope your wife's boyfriend pays the bill, or drive a car old enough to not be tracked but has a radio for Bad Bunny. With advances in technology of cars, I'm just thankful Boeing doesn't make cars yet. Ah, we're fucked.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live.